So many things I want to talk about. So many things I want to disclose. So many things I want to share. But I can't do it all in one video. It has to be done in increments. It has to be done in a very, very smart manner. I have people asking me, why so cryptic? Why so secret? And my answer is because I have to be. All right? And for those of you who are part of the Secret Telegram channel, understand this and you know what I'm talking about. Julia Childs runs rampant in the cryptocurrency sphere. See, a lot of you might not understand what I say. You think I'm crazy. What the heck did this guy just say? Julia Childs, this guy's burnt out. No. You don't know. You don't know, right? And that's the way it seems like to a lot of people who don't know, right? But you see, if you're part of the 97%, then of course you don't know, right? So things like this are not supposed to be talked about, okay? And I'm not going to go into that right now. So let's get into some crypto news, okay? Let's get into some crypto news. Where do I start? Maybe I should start with Relex. All right, just talking to Keith. And if you don't know who Keith is, you should go and go to the Relex Telegram. There's some interesting news coming out. It's got me excited. It's pretty interesting. It kind of shows the majority of the cryptocurrencies that are out there are really just full of crap. All right, just to say it in the most nicest way one can say, just trying to say it in a nice manner. And for a lot of you, you know that. And if you're following me and you hear me, you know about certain cryptos that I talk about and certain cryptos that I don't talk about. And you know a certain crypto, and we don't consider ourselves a crypto, but the team that I belong to, and you can do your research. And of course, in every community, you're going to have some knuckleheads and people that lost money and certain things, and they want to bring it down, and they're miserable, and I understand. Listen. Here's the thing, though. You got to stop being dramatic. You're not the only one who's lost money. People lose money. People have gone through hardships, especially in investing, and people fall. And when people fall, they either have the chance to stay on the ground, stay down, or learn from it, get up, pick yourself up, and say, wait a minute. Okay, I understand there's booms, there's cycles to everything. I got to be patient. I might have missed it here. The current market condition has affected the whole. We're talking about cryptocurrency, so let me just stay with cryptocurrencies here and say has affected the whole cryptocurrency market. Let's not just pick and say, wait a minute, this one's a scam. They're all scams. Wrong. And hopefully with this data that comes out from Relex, it can show you a lot of things here. It's gonna be very. It's gonna be an eye opening. One to consider, one to think about, and I think institutions, exchanges really need to see this. Okay, and if you really gather this data, I hope this data runs. If not saying that it's gonna come out 100% share, still going through it. But once this data comes out, I hope first and foremost that the Relex community stands united. Things have happened, but we move past that. But we stand united, and we can share this information instead of sharing the same bullcrap, that some people want to share about. And let's move past that. But let's share this information and get this out there so other people can see this, okay? And I believe there'll be, a full press release on this. But if it comes out to what we think is going to come out, then this should be known not only in the crypto sphere, but all over, okay? Because, again, cryptocurrencies I should say the legitimate cryptocurrencies at these prices should be, for every investor, should be one of those things where they go and do heavy research and do their due diligence. And looking at Relex, that should be one when we come out with the data. Again, it's not 100% sure, but it's pretty up there in the percentages that it's coming out, and I just want people to know about this. So get ready for what's coming. Okay, not 100% sure, but it's like really close. Okay, so just talking to Keith about that. So I wanted to share that with the crypto world. Another thing to talk about, the inevitable, which I keep on telling you. If you saw some news about Galaxy Digital, and a lot of this institutional investments, the banks, and you see Goldman Sachs all over the place. And this video is going to go a little longer than what I would like. But let me say this. A lot of people get caught up in certain numbers, and I'm talking different now about money coming in, and I'm talking about banks, okay? I'm talking about banks, okay? The banking cartel, whatever you want to call them. And they look at the numbers, but they're not the biggest bank in the world. You got to understand something, because they look at the revenue of the money that comes in or the money they made that year. What you have to understand about banks, okay? And most of you know this, is that they can print money, all right? Certain banks, certain big banks that have certain big connections, and let me stop there. But you know what? Let me continue a little bit. All right. So this video is going to go a little longer, okay? But there is certain banks, and I'll tie this in, and I shared this a little bit with my secret Telegram channel. When you think of New York, think of Wall Street. When you think of Wall Street, think of the private corporation of London that's not part of the United Kingdom. It's just a private company of banks. All right? And this is where, okay, let me stop there. Let me just go back to cryptocurrency. It's very hard for me sometimes to just stay on track. But back to cryptocurrencies. Galaxy Digital, and this all ties in together. Goldman Sachs, just look at the recent news about, I think it's 80%. His name starts with Mike Novogratz, and he's part of BAKKT partner. This is Starbucks. This is a whole big movement, and I've never witnessed such. And people are still talking about precious metals. I'm not looking at precious metals, and I understand precious metals will do good, but I'm talking about the numbers that we are going to see from cryptocurrencies. When I'm talking about returns on investment, it's going to be epic. Okay, so yeah, talk about gold and silver, but look at the market, the cryptocurrency market, where it's at right now. Okay. And people do the opposite of what they should be doing. That's what 97% of the world does. They buy when they should be selling, and they sell when they should be buying, or they're not doing anything. They freak out. At these areas right now, and with the news that's coming out, it should be very clear to everyone, all right, what you should be doing. And believe me, investors, institutions, institutional type of money, old money, smart money, London, Wall Street, New York, I just did it the opposite. NATO type of money is observing cryptocurrencies and have their feet in cryptocurrencies. And this is going to be epic. All right. I've said a lot, and I wish I could. I mean, if you were to sit down with me, we can talk a lot. But this is over the internet, and I don't know. I just can't disclose too much. It's very frustrating sometimes. And some people come at me and say things, and I know they're baiting me to get out to say something that I shouldn't say that will get me in trouble. So it's frustrating. But with wisdom comes patience, and I know when to speak and how to get the messages. And for those who are smart enough to pick up the signals, you pick them up. All right, guys, way too long. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, follow me at Twitter, 007MacMac007. All right, guys, I am out. Be blessed.